Good day. Friends, I hope you are all well. Well, then at least as we pray in the serenity prayer, reasonably happy in this life. It is my prayer that God, our Father, will bless us in these few moments of Christian devotion. One of the lectionary readings for today is Psalm 25, verses 1 to 10. I will only read a few verses, but I really want to suggest that you read the entire psalm. Psalm 25 is the first of the psalms written in alphabetical order, or in which the first word of every verse begins with a letter of the Hebrew alphabet in order. Let us read 3 verses from this psalm. Verse 1. In you, Lord my God, I put my trust. I trust in you. Do not let me be put to shame, nor let my enemies triumph over me. Do not remember the sins of my youth and my rebellious ways. According to your love, remember me, for you, Lord, are good. Thus far, our reading. The psalmist picture life as a difficult journey that we cannot successfully make by ourselves. The psalmist cries out to God for wisdom as he makes decisions. He is surrounded by his enemies who hate him, and on top of all this, he is intensely aware that he is a sinner. The exact circumstances which led David to write this psalm is not clear. It seems that he is suffering. Indeed, life is a difficult journey for him. Or perhaps he was just thinking back to one of the very dark moments in his life. One such moment was the events recorded in 1 Samuel 30. And there we read, David and his men reached Ziklag on the 3rd day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They attacked Ziklag and burned it. And they had taken captive the women and everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but they carried them off as they went on their way. Among the captives were the two wives of David. And to aggravate his situation, he heard that his men were contemplating to stone him. And then we read these words. They wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep. And then the turning point in history. David called the priest to inquire from God what next to do. God told David, through the mediation of the priest, to pursue the enemy and to take back what belongs to him. These events had a wonderful outcome. And we read, David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his 2 wives. Nothing was missing, young or old, boy or girl, plunder or anything else they had taken. David brought everything back. He took all the flocks and the herds, and his men drove them ahead of the other livestock, saying, This is David's plunder. The teaching for me from this psalm and the history of David is the help we need comes from God. David did not ask for a miracle. He did not ask God to, in his great power, return the situation to what it was previously. No, he asked what to do. It's not stated in the narrative, but I guess that once they had all returned, they started the hard work to rebuild the city. Friends, I think all of us will agree with David that life is not easy. The previous year was characterized by suffering and loss. What is our response? Do we plead with God to restore the situation to what it was in January and February of 2020? Or do we plead for wisdom to deal with the situation as it is? And the strength to do the hard work, to rebuild the city, to rebuild our lives. May God bless you as you seek His wisdom to rebuild our broken world. In you, Lord my God, I put my trust. Let us bring our devotion to a close with the words of the well-known hymn. Be still, my soul, the Lord is on thy side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide. In every change, He faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend, through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, thy God doth undertake to guide the future as He has the past. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know His voice who ruled them while He dwelled His name. In you I rest, in you I found my hope, in you I trust, you never let me go. I place my life within your hands alone. Be still, my soul. Amen.